Good morning, everybody. Orange J here with another War of the Visions video, and today I want to talk about the new 9-step banners. If you've been following this game for a week, you know this is the hot topic. Are these like the evil Gumi shaft that we're all getting, shoved with, or is it actually a good thing? Are we getting hooked up with a better deal, or is it somewhere in the middle? Okay, I've read about 350, 400 comments about this topic in my community posts, in my YouTube videos, and I've seen everything from, hey, I really like this, it's really good, to OMG, LOL, Gumi's effing us again, uninstall. I literally, that comment right there, from somebody who probably uninstalled this game 4 months ago but still likes to come talk trash in comment sections, that comment exists, right? Okay, it's definitely not that black and white. And thankfully, it's been a couple days. Some people who are really good with spreadsheets and some people like me and other content creators have been weighing in on it. And it's given me some time to sleep on it a couple nights, look at those spreadsheets, and actually do some calculating of my own to think, do I think this is healthy for the game or not? Because ultimately, that is what I care about. I really like this game. I want to encourage more people to play, more people to stay. And so I have to care about, is it healthy for the game overall? There's a couple really important things to consider when you're thinking about that. One of them is a quote from another content creator, Locke. He made a video about this yesterday. And what he said, it's a great quote. It's really long, so buckle up. People are people, end quote. That's the quote. It's a good quote, by the way. It's a really good quote because while I tend to think about this game maybe more analytically than some people, I still do things that are ridiculous, like use Eileen and Macherie in PvP. Why do I do that? Because it makes me happy and this is a video game. If I wanted to purely play this game based on strength of units, I would run Black Rose, Helena, and Dwayne in every single team comp that I have. Because those are my strongest two units. They're Dark. Dark is insanely strong. I just throw King Mont in there too, just to complete the trifecta of OP-ness. Okay, I could do that, or I could have fun playing the game because I'm a person, and that's what I like to do. That same philosophy applies to polling. Is it a good idea to always have enough Visior to pull and be able to pity? Sure, that's a great idea. That's probably the smartest way to do it. Is that what most people do? Hell no. Of course it's not what most people do. People do, most of the time, from comments that I've read, from Reddit threads that I've read, people go into a banner and they're like, okay, I got 20k Viz. Here I go. I'm going for it. And they either get lucky or they don't get lucky. They're gambling, etc. Okay. So keep that in mind. That's all I really want to say about that. Just people are people, and they don't always make the smartest decision mathematically because we are not robots. Let's talk about a little bit of math right now before we dive into some more opinion. First point, how much Visior did it take to pity a unit on the previous 9-step system when you weren't getting these soul stars and the pity medals on the 9 steps? Because here was the trade-off, right? Here's the trade-off. We are losing 200 shards from the 9 steps. Those are gone. We are gaining instead soul stars and pity medals. It's 9 steps. That means you're getting 900 pity medals. And thanks to Ashamon and his nice Reddit write-up on this where he did some math, the average number of soul stars that you're going to see from a 9-step banner now is about 191. Now, soul stars do not convert 1-to-1 past 20 for a unit, so you're not getting 191 shards. If you were getting 191 shards of unit select shards, this would be by far and away the best thing that ever happened to this game, like in terms of value. That's not the case. There's diminishing returns as you turn them in, etc. But you're going to get about 191 soul stars and 900 of the pity medals. Okay, first big point. Under the old system, what was the floor? How screwed could you get? Well, if you want to find out, go watch my Orin poll video titled Pain and Suffering. Let me do some math for you real quick, and actually I already did it, so I just wrote it down. To pity a unit under the old system was about 54,000 Visior. So, let's go back to my point, my first point. People are people. Locke's point, not mine. People are people. Do most people have 54,000 Visior at any given time? Of course they don't. Do those people want the summer units or Final Fantasy VII units or something like that? Of course they do. That's why we're playing the game. So, what are their options? Don't pull and just keep saving, or spend money. Those are your options if you want to have 54K viz in your pocket. Or you can just go for it. You can make a little bit of a gamble, which is a lot more attractive option to people. Under the old system, if you gambled, let's say you had 14,000 Visio, right? Enough to go do the 9-step exactly. And you get, let's even say it's a good 9-step. There were bad 9-steps, by the way, that had like Orin plus Giza, and you might get screwed and get Giza shards that you didn't need. Or both banner units are on the 9-step, like the current one. Let's say it's not those, which is even worse. Let's say it's more. It's Moore's banner. And you're guaranteed her shards alone, and you go through the 9-step. You got 200 more shards, but you didn't luck out. You didn't pull the unit. You now have 0 Visior, 200 shards for a unit you don't have, and pain. Right? You got pain. And that's it. You would need to go to the regular banner now and start building up that pity bar. Which, by the way, the pity bar got a buff. I don't think a lot of people have been mentioning that. You had a 50% chance to pull one of the 2 summer units on the new pity bar. Anyway, let's say that they go to that bar. They bust out the most OP vision card in the game, the Visa Vision card, and they go to my Amazon coin affiliate link and buy Amazon coins. Hey, thank you, person who's playing this game. Shameless plug. Oh my god, I should be ashamed of myself. If only I was also sponsored by a drink company. I'm not. This is a free plug, Monster. You're welcome. Ultra Rosa. Not quite as good as the green one, but pretty good. Anyhow, this person, if they just wanted this unit no matter what, would have to dip into their wallet and go to the regular banner. And they might have to spend, what is that? They might have to spend up to what? 54K minus 14, what? 40,000 more Visior to pull this unit? I had to do that once. It sucked. It was terrible. Under this new system, the most Visior you would have to spend to pity a unit is 36,000. That is a massive upgrade. That's a massive upgrade in terms of raising the floor on how screwed you can be. Not only is it an upgrade on that? Say this person lives on the like hashtag stay strong method, and they're like, look, I'm willing to do the 9-step because I need those EX materials. This was me, or this has been me several times. Y'all, I need Blossoms of Paradise. There are so many units I want to EX, and I'm like, okay, it's worth it for me to gamble on getting another unit as long as I'm also getting those Blossoms, that Rainbow Broadstone, etc. Cool. Say I do the 9-step and I don't get my new summer unit, and I'm like, dang it, I didn't get them. What did I get instead? Well, I got 191 soul stars that, by the way, I can just save for whatever I want to use them on later. Maybe I want to build up my Tifa a little bit easier during Final Fantasy VII. I'm guaranteed to get her, right? And even if I spent all 191 of those, let's say I spent all of the soul stars I earned on this banner on her, even with the diminishing returns, on average, that would be something like 75 shards for her, give or take a little bit, right? You're going to get, some people are going to get luckier than others, get more or less, but you're going to get 70-some shards on average from that. That's a nice little head start on a limited unit that's coming out later on. So there's value in the pulls, even though I missed. Before, had I pulled and missed, I'd have a bunch of shards, and I would feel pressured, because people are people and they feel pressured. I would feel pressured to continue on to that pity banner to go for the unit so I could get some value out of the shards that I've already pulled. It's like the classic gambler's fallacy, right? Where you're in for a $10, so you're in for 100. You guys, I have milked some dumbass college kids at poker tables before on that same thing. You can sit at a poker table, and if you know someone is not a good poker player, and like, it's pretty easy, they got a decent hand, you know you have, right, the nuts, and they've already bet like 40, 50 bucks. You put in another 50, and they're like, well, I mean, I'm already in for 50. They throw another 50, you take all their money. That instinct is removed by these new banners. Now, even though you spent the 14K to do the 9-step, you got the soul stars, right? You got those now. So you can just sit on them. You can wait till you get lucky later or get a guaranteed unit like Tifa and then use them to boost that. Or use them to boost any other unit you are currently working on. Maybe you're building up Ayaka and you're like, well, hey, here's some Ayaka shards for me. This will get her to MLB. Or something like that. For newer players who are working on a ton of units, this is a great thing. They can gamble on getting new units, and if they miss, they can apply those soul stars to their older units. In that regard, it's very, very good for them. I didn't see it from that angle at first because I have played this game every day since launch. My old units are all MLB'd. Yerma is the only one. Sorry, Nafisha. Yerma is the only one of the old UR units that I do not have, at least with all of their shards. For me, it's not as good of a deal. But for the majority of players who don't have every unit in this game at MLB, it's a lot better deal. I had to do like a mental adjustment. I had to bring myself there and understand that like, hey, for me, kind of sucks. I just needed the new shards and I'm willing to go to the credit card to get the unit. A lot of people aren't like that. For them, it's better. And when I was reading back through my comments, and I know a lot of the people who comment in my videos, I kind of know what their accounts are like. You get a sense of that as you get to know the people in the community. The people who have been commenting since day one, who have these massive built up accounts, were kind of like, yeah, I kind of don't like this. The newer players were like, hey, this is great. I pulled the first 3 steps. I didn't get anything, but I did get 40 shards for King Mont. By the way, double cost units. You can cash in your soul stars for double cost units. In that case, the value for these soul stars is even more valuable. And a lot of people in the comments section, a lot of people like in my Twitch chats have been commenting on that, and they're exactly right. So there is just value in having a currency that is more flexible than, and how do you exactly calculate that? I don't know. But knowing that people are people and that people want to gamble, at least now you're guaranteed to get something from your gambling. So in that regard, it's good. What other points do I want to make here? Okay, I think that's about it. Really, my biggest takeaway from this new 9-step change is it worse for me? I think it's slightly worse for me, yes. Is it healthy for the game? Yes. People's impulses, right? Them just being themselves is no longer punished as hard. And I think this will be a welcome change to new players for the game. And I think that's why they did it right now. The Gumi, Square Enix, they know that with Final Fantasy VII around the corner, they're going to market that, right? It's going to bring an influx of new players to this game. Those players will like these banners better than me. And that's fine. I want those people to come to this game. I want them to join the community. Yes, this community is awesome. Thank you to everyone for all of the work you did on this. Ashamon, Locke, I commented on your stuff heavily. Thank you guys for that content. Everyone who makes comments on my videos, whether I agree with you or disagree with you, those are all valuable to me, right? Not only do they help push they push my video up in the YouTube rankings a little bit, but they also give me insight and help me change my mind. And I have not 100% changed my mind on these. Would I still like the old banners? Personally, yes, but I do understand. They are healthier for the game going forward, and for that, I appreciate them. Okay, let me know if you agree or disagree with what I said here. Again, thank you very much to Ashamon and Locke and everyone who made comments in my videos. I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.